Welcome in Rugby League fans. My name's Troy Hardy with the Auckland Rugby League, and today round 7 of the SAS Fox Memorial down at Birmingham Park. Otahuhu are hosting the Point Chevalier Pirates, and we're about to witness the third place, fourth place clash, and across town at Fowles Park, first and second playoff as well. So lots happening in the Auckland Rugby League today. More importantly, Corey Russell will join us very shortly. We'll catch up with the two head coaches here for the two teams that are playing today. And just after that, we'll speak with Bruce Shaw and see what's happening here at the Otahuhu's clubhouse and what's going down at the grounds. Don't go too far away. Corey Russell with us very, very shortly.
Joining me now, Fale, the head coach of the Point Chevalier Pirates. Well, let's jump back a week, Fale. A pretty tough hit out against Howick. The scoreline probably doesn't quite represent how tough that was. Talk us through what impressed you about the performance.
Oh no, it was good. You know, coming off the back of the week before, we didn't get the result that we wanted. But look, we spent the week working on those little things that we were a little bit off on. So to come away with a good result against the defending champs, it was really pleasing.
Did suffer that first loss against Richmond a fortnight ago. What were the main sort of work-ons and that you saw come through in that Howick performance?
Oh, I think a lot of his attitude from our side. I mean, take nothing away from Richmond. They were the better team on the day and deserved their win. So it was just about working, in regards to what we didn't bring to the table on that day. And like I said, it was pleasing, to see them do it last week against Howick.
Pretty handy addition in the last couple of weeks in Leopards, back from Australia through his quarantine now. What does he bring to the side?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, he brings a lot of experience, at a higher level. So, he's brought a lot of energy, and all the young lads look up to him. So yeah, he's been a welcome addition to our squad.
And injury-wise, talk us through your injury situation. Who have you got out right now, and are you expecting any back in the next couple of weeks?
Yeah, no, we've been quite lucky. We haven't had, been hit too hard, but yeah, we've lost young Harley Maynard today, training incident. But look, we lose him, but we get to call on Seth Ledger, very experienced campaigner. So, in regards to the injuries, yeah, he's the only one. And like I said, we're very lucky that Seth is able to step up today.
I'm sure you've managed to catch a bit of video of the Otahuhu team who are going really well this year. What's your impressions of them and where their strengths lie?
Oh, look, they're very solid through the middle third of the field, So, they've got some handy outside backs as well, and, a couple of halves that get around the field really well. So, look, we just got to come with a lot of, heavy intent and energy on D. And that's what we've been working a bit on this week. So yeah, it should be a good game for the spectators today.
Excellent, Fale. Thanks for joining us and all the very best today.
Cheers. Thanks, Corey.
Now joining me, George Carmont, head coach of the Otahuhu Leopards. Well, George, you come into this match after a pretty tough one against Te Aratu. Talk us through that match. Speaking to a couple of the players, they said it was one of the hardest hitouts of the year. Talk us through it from your point of view.
Yeah, Te Aratu turned up to play. We had to make probably about 3 or 4 changes to the squad last week. So it was good that we were able to bring guys that can come in and do a job for us. On the back of that, we came through a tough period of about 4 or 5 weeks, playing the teams that finished in the top 4 last year. So, obviously they were always going to be hard, and the boys will just be looking to put in a good performance today as well.
Just on the scheduling, I guess just by the quirk of the draw, you have ended up playing a lot of the teams who are going really well in succession. Would you prefer that, or to have it spaced out a bit more evenly throughout the season?
Oh, for us it doesn't matter. We've got to play every team throughout the comp anyway. So, that's just how the draw ended up. I guess it gives us a good indication of kind of where we're travelling at the moment. We're there with the front pack, so we've just got to put in another good performance today, and just keep building for the rest of the year.
You have played almost all of the best teams in the comp so far, but I guess this Point Chev team probably unrivaled in terms of their big game experience, a lot of guys who have been in NRL systems. Do you change your approach at all, or your message to the boys given that?
Not really. We know they missed out on the playoffs last year, but we know the years prior to that they were one of the benchmark teams in the competition. So we know they're going to be a tough team. They'll be looking to make the playoffs this year. But I'm confident in our boys, and if we're playing to what we're capable of, we'll definitely give our chance to win.
And just on the Te Atatu game a week ago, I mean, it was sort of hanging in the balance there. What impressed you to see your team get over the line? What was the difference?
Oh, we found a way to win. Showed a lot of character just to hang in there. Like you said, we were trailing for most of the game, but the boys just, done enough to get the win.
Excellent. All right, George, thanks for joining us, and all the very best today.
No worries. Cheers. Thanks.
So welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, with the chair of the Otahuhu Leopards Club, Bruce Shaw. And Bruce, starting off with most of the chair chats that I've done this season around 2020 with COVID-19, mate.
Yep.
How tough's it been, mate? What have been the challenges?
Well, it's been generally tough to everybody, losing jobs and having to find enough money to pay your $2 meat raffle and that sort of thing. But the club is working very well right now, really strong. Everybody's doing their bit. There's really no disharmony amongst the club, and the boys are performing well. They've got a good attitude and good mood between the premiers and the Premier First, and we've got a good Senior B side, or Senior A side. We'd not call them Senior B, they might get upset with that, but so we've got the numbers there, which is really good, and our reserves are performing very good right now here.
We witnessed the 24-hour girls play,
Yeah.
the Otahuhu ladies this morning. In regards to, young girls, young boys wanting to play at Otahuhu, what's that look like, and have you managed to, field enough teams?
Yes, there was a couple of teams we didn't field because of no availability of coaches, but those numbers weren't able to get sites anywhere else. So we've done all we can, and we're really pleased with the attitude and the way the managers and coaches are performing in all grades. Yeah,
Awesome, mate, awesome. In regards to, with all clubs, volunteers are really important along with sponsors. So let's talk a wee bit around your sponsors and how these guys are helping you commercially.
Yeah. Well, we've got Roof Care as our main sponsor, and I noticed there was a head high program on TV only a few days ago, and I noticed the Roof Care poles on our field here were used for that, and I saw Roof Care on it, so it was quite exciting. So
Good on you, Roof
we're getting around Roof Care, and there's Harcourt's Titanium as our second one, and I'm sorry I can't think of the third one. It's too much on my mind.
Okay, no worries. Look, if there was an opportunity to become a sponsor down here at Otahuhu Leopards, who do I get in touch with? Who do I contact?
Probably contact Pauline Dumper in our office, or else Mel Hampstead, our secretary. It's all on our website. Mel Hampstead would probably be the one to go for. We're always ready for more sponsors, for sure.
Awesome. Now, we've touched a wee bit around the team.
Yep.
Started the season really, really well. I was very fortunate to talk to Connor Purcell, during lockdown. Boys training hard, meeting expectation for the gym.
Yeah, definitely. They've got just a good attitude amongst all the boys. They're really working hard. I'm very pleased with them, and I'm very proud to be an ex-Otahuhu player, and just the way they're performing for the club's sake. They're doing very well.
A little bit around what's happening here locally with the club. I understand there's a plant day tomorrow with the Manga Trust.
Yep, we've had a meeting with the Monga, and we're cooperating as much as we can with the Monga, and we're pleased how things are happening now. I'm talking to one of the guys in the next few days to do with the condition of our ground and upgrading and that sort of thing. So we're cooperating, and the Monga are cooperating with us now.
Awesome. In regards to club activity, what do you have sort of lined up between now and the end of the season outside of trying to get to the finals?
Yeah, well, that's really what we are trying to keep all our teams healthy, and there's no big aim to get any big feature or fiesta done, but we just managed to get through to the end of the COVID season healthy, really, with the whole club. The club is really going well, though.
Awesome. Look, I know you're really busy, mate, and you're down here at the crack of dawn, helping us set up. On behalf of the Auckland Rugby League, I want to thank you so much for being able to host us and looking after us down here. Best of luck for the rest of the season, ladies and gentlemen. Let's get ready for the big kick-off today. Point Chevalier up against Otahuhu Leopards. Back real soon.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome into Bert Henham Park here in Otahuhu. We are live for the Round 7 CTAS Fox Memorial Premiership clash between the Otahuhu Leopards and the Point Chevalier Pirates. Corey Rossett joined in commentary, as always, by my dear friend and commentary partner, Troy Hardy. And Troy, well, it's not a dream day for footy, a bit of a cold breeze around, but the rain holding off for now.
Absolutely, dear friend. I think we're taking liberties there, young Corey. However, this park looks absolutely stunning. I think we're in for a great day of a rugby league. And if you're in the area, please come down and join us. It's going to be a fabulous clash and one of many that's on around the Auckland region.
Yeah, and we will cover some of those. And, of course, there's been kids' games going on throughout the day as well. Decent little reserve game going on in front of us as well, which Otahuhu look like winning comfortably. They're up 46-4 with a couple of minutes to play, and that one a pretty convincing performance, which perhaps speaks to the depth that Otahuhu have developed here up in the top grade, and look forward to seeing the top team roll out in a few minutes' time. In the meantime, we're going to talk to some results from across the weekend and look at some of the results from last weekend as well as the games going on this weekend. So we'll start with the Farrelly Photos Women's Championship, and it was Otahuhu big winners 44-14 over Glenora. Te Aratu got up 42-20 over the Manukau Magpies, and the Otara Scorpions 24-4 winners over Pukekohe on the road. The game's on in that division this week. These games all at 2:30 on Sunday. Glenora taking on Te Aratu in a West Auckland derby. Manukau are at home to Pukekohe. And Otahuhu, who are yet to lose in this competition, they head over to Ngāti Otara Park to take on the Scorpions. So a couple of good games in the offering there. In the Premier grade, results from last weekend, the Richmond Roses got up 32-0 over the Mount Albert Lionesses. That was a game played on Friday night under lights. And the Mangarewa Marlins, 34 over Ponsonby, 24. That puts the Marlins outright top of the table. Papakura having the bye. The game's on in that competition this week. Mount Albert are at home to Mangarewa. Papakura at home to Richmond in a grand final rematch, and Ponsonby with the bye. Moving our attention now to the men and results in the Fox last weekend. This is the first division, the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. The Northcote Tigers 32 over the Glenora Bears 26. I'm going to bring Troy in now to talk to some of the first division results. And Troy, this Northcote Tigers team, who we've watched in action a few times, just seem to keep finding a way to win this year.
Absolutely, and I think they never cease to surprise us, whether it's this season, last season. They're sometimes, the back is against the wall and you're sort of humming and hawing. Have they got the talent and the depth to do it? And they just keep pulling it out of the bag. Their big focus, I guess, for this season is whether they've got enough in the petrol tank with their resource and, roster to get them home towards the back end of the season. And thankfully, it's a short round due to COVID-19.
Richmond get up 30 points to 12 over Bayroskil. A fair effort from Bayroskil, who were well beaten by Marist a couple of weekends ago. Te Aratu almost get the job done against Otahuhu. The Leopards get home 22-18. Marist get up for a big win, 48-26 over Papakura. The Point Chevalier Pirates 42-10 over the Howell Hornets. Now I'm told by most of the Pirates staff that scoreline was probably not a reflection of just how tough that game is. But Troy, we're going to look at the ladder in a minute, and looking at that scoreline, it's a long way back now for the Howell Hornets as they sit in the bottom few on the ladder, and the total defence not going to plan right now. Yeah,
and we've got a lot of good mates and close friends out there at the Howard Hornets, and I know that's not where they would like to be, especially, reigning champions from last year. However, it's something that we talk about week in and week out, and that is you can't afford to drop a W, and, with one round of footy, every one counts, and that's certainly going to put them under the bosh.
The last one we'll chat to is our live stream game, which was 14-all at half-time. A really, really good effort from Māngere East. Mount Albert end up blowing them out in the second half and ends up 50 points to 26. Mount Albert looked very good when things clicked, but there is reason to believe they're at Māngere East. They showed a whole lot of fight there, got some real talent. I thought Inga Lamoni was excellent for them as well.
Yeah, concur. First half, Māngere East were just on fire. I think they were leading the half coming in, and then Mount Albert, just double clutched, and away they went, and obviously had the John Ackler's chat at half time, and they then came out guns firing. Saying that, though, there was a late reprieve, and Māngere East Hawks managed to get a couple of tries in towards the back end of that second half.
So games on today in the First Division, all on at 2:30 at grounds spread across Auckland, and it is the biggest round of the season so far. The top four all face off. One of those games is third versus fourth here between the Leopards and the Pirates. The other one And this one is a massive game. We've got the Root Rooster on the line. It's also the Zay Wallace Memorial match, which is a game very special to our hearts. We got to call Zay in action, both in the Fox and at college for a number of years. Zay passed away last year in tragic circumstances, so that's a big game for both clubs. He wore the number 7 jersey for both of those teams. So it's the Mount Albert Lions taking on the Northcote Tigers. That's going to be some game, Troy.
Yeah, and I think, if you can't get to South Auckland, to Otahuhu, if you're in town, get down to Fowles Park. That's going to be a cliffhanger.
West Auckland Derby is on at Harold Moody Reserve. It's Glenora taking on Te Atatū. Howick are at home and looking to bounce back, and this is basically must-win territory now for the Hornets. They take on the Bay Roskill Vikings at Paparoa Park. Papakura are at home to Richmond at Prince Edward Park, and in the other game, Mangere East take on the Marist Saints. Moving now to the second division, and results from last week. Manyarewa sneak one, and it's a Nate Simmons try in the last couple of minutes, and perhaps even the last minute there to win 34-30. Big win for the Marlins, which keeps them right in the mix. The Otara Scorpions go down 26-32 to the Manukau Magpies, who continue to hum along nicely. Pakaranga, I should say, 36 over Waitemata 10. And the Hibiscus Coast Raiders getting up 28-24 over the Ellerslie Eagles. They've got a large injury toll right now, that Ellerslie Eagles team, and just can't find a result right now.
Yeah, and don't underestimate, the Raiders. I think they're really well coached. Young Wax is up there, and he's sort of rallied the troops together. And, they're taking a couple of surprise scalps.
Yeah, and of course, we've been lucky enough to call that Hibiscus Coast team at the Nines for the last couple of years. Some really, really good athletes in that team. They play certainly an exciting brand of footy, and I'm thinking that Nathan Ash will still be running around in the halves, who's obviously a really talented playmaker as well. So there's no games on today in the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. It is the bye round, so we won't talk to next week's game, so a weekend off there, and I dare say at this point of the season, Troy, with a reduced pre-season, probably a fairly timely rest for the boys.
Yeah, and I dare say TJ Ashford will be looking forward to the weekend along with his crew. You sort of touched on the Ellerslie Eagles, and look for all of the teams. If they're hurting with injuries and what have you, it's a good time to get some rehab and come back for the following week.
Right, we're going to bring up the ladders now and talk to the way our competitions look, and we're going to start with the Women's Second Division, the Fairley Photos Women's Championship, and at the top it is the undefeated Otahuhu Leopards on 10 points. Nestled in just behind is Te Atatū. Their only loss this year has come against Otahuhu, and very much looks like being those two teams who are going to fight it out this year. The Otara Scorpions sit on 6 points, Manukau 2 back on 4 points, and it's Glenora and Pukekohe who round out that competition. So right now, looks very much like Otahuhu, who have played in the First Division, well, for all of recent memory, really. I don't remember a year when they weren't in the First Division and weren't a contender in that First Division. They've dropped down and looking the goods in the Second Division so far. Moving now to the First Division, the Fairley Photos Women's Premiership. And at the top, after that victory over Ponsonby last week, is the Manyarewa Marlins on differential advantage over Papakura. Ponsonby, who have the bye this weekend, so they'll pick up another 2 points. They sit on 6 competition points, right in touching distance of that top group. And then it's Richmond, and at the bottom, the Mount Albert Lions with just the 2 points from the bye so far. Moving now to the men and the Crown Lift Trucks Fox Championship. It is the Manukau Magpies yet to drop a game. They sit up top on 12 competition points. It's in the Otara Scorpions and All South Affair at the top. Pakaranga nestled in just behind on 8 points. The top 4 will go to the finals in this competition. And right now occupying that 4th spot is Manyarewa, but tied on points with the Hibiscus Coast Raiders, who are doing really, really well to remain in the mix there. And for the Ellerslie Eagles, well, can really not afford to drop a game from here on in. They've only got the 1 win to their name so far, along with the Papatoetoe Panthers and the Waitemata Seagulls. So that's how things look in the Second Division. Moving now to the SAS Fox Memorial Premiership, and it is the Northcote Tigers, a perfect 6 from 6 so far. The Mount Albert Lions, who are second, yet to drop a game as well, although they have had that draw against Otahuhu, hence the 11 points. Northcote and Mount Albert facing off today, remember, and then it's Point Chevalier and Otahuhu, 1 point separating them. Again, Otahuhu with the draw, which means that they trail by 1 on Point Chevalier, but that could all change today with the two teams facing off as well. Richmond, 3 points back, but crucially occupying that 5th spot right now. 5 teams go to the playoff in this competition, and then there's a bit of a log jam from there. Marist with a 2-point advantage right now, and then it's Glenora, Te Atatū, Howick and Bay Roskill all on 4 points. Papakura with their 1 win over Mangere East, and then it is the Hawks at the bottom without a victory so far. And Troy, looking at the competition top 5, first of all, is it how you would have pictured it pre-season? And what do you see changing given what we've seen from the team so far?
Okay, so the first surprise that jumps out for me there would be the Richmond Bulldogs. Certainly competed very, very well this year, and the games that we've seen them played really well structured, and competing strong to be in that top 5. Howick, a little bit disappointing for the boys there to be dropping that far down the ladder, and Glenora a little bit off the pace. Northcote, Mount Albert, big clash today, as you've touched on. Point Chevalier and Otahuhu, it's about to go off here in front of us. Man, mouth-watering. So, yeah, Richmond, the big mover for me there, and Howick and Glenora a little bit off the pace.
So potentially by the end of this weekend, we could see a new competition leader and a fair bit of jostling there. Of course, nothing will change in terms of the top 4. Richmond can't jump up, although they could close that gap should Point Chevalier win. And Otahuhu go down, there'd only be 1 point in that one all of a sudden. Good to see the Marist Saints coming along nicely
absolutely.
as well, a young team. And Francis Malley and Zane Pockington doing a good job there. We watched them a couple of weeks ago against Bay Roskill. Looked really impressive.
Yeah, they were. And they were very classy across the board, and they've got some good young footballers coming through the grade there, so nice to see.
All right, just about ready for the 2 teams to make their way out onto the field now. We can see in the background of the shot there, George Carmont and Tusa Lafaeli making their way over, the 2 coaches for the Otahuhu Leopards. And I'm sure we'll see Fale and the Point Chev boys come over soon enough as well. Looks like they're still warming up on the backfield there. And in a minute we'll run you through the 2 team lists. And one thing you know with these 2 sides, a number of talents who have played at those higher levels, and they do bring that to the field today. Of course, Otahuhu, really Troy responsible probably for just about more NRL talent than any other Auckland club right now. If you look around the competition, it's them and the Marist Saints who supply so much, and just a couple of the recent names to have come through this club, Jason Tormalolo and Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, our 2 most recent Kiwi Dally M winners as well.
Yeah, and that'd be your pick being a young fella, but you can't go past for mine, Mark Graham, legend. Full stop.
There we go. A proud Carlaw Park diehard as well, Mark Graham. Of course, jump on to Carlaw Park Diehard's website. There's some good shirts there celebrating the nostalgia of fields of years gone by, and I think there's just been a Mount Richmond Diehards one launched there as well. So we can see the crowd making their way across the field, and I would expect that the hill behind us will be fairly packed today. There's been a steady stream of cars and plenty of people flocking to the field today. It's a nice spot to watch footy, and I say this every time we come to a field with a hill, but footy is always better when there's a bank to watch the footy on, and none better than here at Otahuhu, where you can watch from the very top. The field's in really good condition, actually, despite a bit of rain that we've had, having to walk around it before there, Troy. It's nicely held together, and not too many wet spots either, so probably conducive to decent football today.
Yeah, fast, hard track. The surface is just outstanding. And one of the things that we sort of take for granted, in grassroots football is markings, and the field markings here are absolutely superb. The work that's gone in down here with the maintenance crew. Hats off to you guys, and it's really well prepared, and looking forward to a fantastic game of rugby league today.
All right, let's bring up the team list and talk you through how they will take the field today. And the Otahuhu Leopards are sponsored by Roof Care, and the Point Chevalier Pirates by Ortex. For Otahuhu, really no changes in personnel, but a couple of jersey swaps. So Smisi Sike will wear the number 3 but play on the wing. Watch for Alfred Smalley, a graduate of Otahuhu College in the SAS College Rugby League competition. He's been over with Manly in the NRL system playing reserve grade. He's a deadly attacking centre who brings plenty in his work out of yardage as well. So watch for that. Their backline is dangerous. Willie Stowers will be the chief in the halves. Jacob Polo and Connor Totoa Purcell. It's a good starting front row pairing. I'm assuming it'll be those 2 who start and not Richard Halani, who will wear the 18 and presumably come off the bench. Watch as well for young Taniela Otokolo, the young dummy half. He will come on and add plenty for the hosts. He's been really, really good so far. Still, I think, in his teenage years, and super impressive so far since coming into the First Division. And for the Point Chevalier Pirates, Beau Courts is the fullback. Beau Courts, another of the SAS College Rugby League graduates. Played a number of years for St. Paul's. He was a halfback then, but now playing fullback. Sam Fa'apito, the top try scorer in the Fox last year. It'll be him and Oli Tomavavi on the wings. Ledger and Callum Moore at the centres. Francis Ledger comes back to replace Harley Maynard. That is a fair replacement they get there. Kauri Opori Pokitapu is in the halves with Api Piwhairangi. The front row is a good one. Sipley and Michael Key. Dylan Tavita will be the hooker, and then it's Makatoa, Levaha Pulu and Terrell Sala in the back row. Watch on the bench as well, Lakini Gavitt, who has been a good performer for Point Chev over the last couple of years. So as we run through those team lists, Troy, plenty of familiar names for us, having called this comp over the last few years. And I think the most exciting thing is plenty of players who can bust a game open.
Oh, absolutely. I think one of the big exciting things that we're going to see today are the 2 8s go at it. Jacob and Patrick. That's going to be a massive, mountain of work to be seen there with those boys bending the line. I really like Konatura Purcell. He's done a lot of work during pre-season and is in really good shape. And, football today, this is what it's all about. And, if you are in the area, get down and watch this live. Otherwise, catch up with all of the action on the ARL live stream through aucklandleague.co.nz.
So here come the Leopards to the left of the screen, making their way out onto the field. A couple of the Pirates boys have just appeared from around the corner as well. Looks like they're still in a team huddle. So the Leopards making their way out. Both teams fashionably late as we tick over 32 minutes past the hour. The Leopards been going really, really well this year. And, of course, the rebirth really started under John Ackland after they were relegated for the first time in their history to the second division. Such a proud club, but they've come back really well, and I guess the cool thing here is the majority of this team have come through the club as well. They're Otahuhu juniors. They do boast be either the most junior teams or one of the top 3 in Auckland. It's a huge rugby league club.
Oh, mate, and the loyalty.
Yep.
Dean Napa's back here now. Looks like he's involved with the reserves, and a big shout out to Dean and his family. Stephen Purcell, they actually bleed blue. And, they come through from juniors, they coach, and they're still here and they're still doing it. And it's, for a lot of these players, it's a great honour.
So as we await the arrival of the Pirates, Otahuhu take their place on the 10. Our middle referee today is Vigo Rasmussen. He'll be assisted by Corey Jewell and Maxine Godinay on the lines. Vigo, one of our good up-and-coming referees in Auckland. He's had a little bit of action in NRL trials recently.
Rocking the new hairdo as well. Everyone cringed when I said that. It's all right, though. We get to work with Vigo, so we see it every day. And
luckily, I wasn't listening.
Yeah,
so there you go. No cringe needed.
Well, the more you watch horror movies, the less it horrifies. So there's some big boys on the park.
Okay, boys, you know the rules, all right? Know the number on your back, that's how I'll talk to you. We've got Point Chev kicking this way. Let's have a good game. Let's go.
So the vibe's all there. Setting the scene. Looks like the green machine's kicking off. Otahuhu get into set formation. Big thank you to our live stream partners, CTAS and Pete's In Goal Filming Action. Here we go.
Round 7, SAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Third plays fourth, Otahuhu against Point Chevalier. And we are into it with the first carry of the game from Jake Paulo, taken to ground. Leonard Patillo. Outstanding last year was Leonard Patillo. Really added another dimension to this Otahuhu team. So quick out of dummy half, but just the way he identifies the ruck as well. A classy customer as Connor Todor Purcell carts the ball forward. Mentioned in the build-up, the Leopards coming into this one after a 22-18 victory over the Te Arotu Roosters. And what a lot of the players said was actually their toughest hit out of the year, and they've played all the top teams, really, bar Point Chevalier. Todor Purcell on play 4 will bump the ball forward via Kuya. Just inside opposition territory now.
Go.
And they'll swing it out to the left where Willie Stowers will unleash a driven kick down towards the wing. Be scooped up by Bo Courts, who then throws the ball back in field, and Sam Fa'apito will be taken to ground. So a good first set there from the Otahuhu Leopards. Professional finish from Willie Stowers as well, who has been a major in for this Otahuhu team. For many years they've been on the fringe and have probably just been lacking that experience head in the halves. Well, they certainly get that with Willie Stowers. He's been immense for them thus far, and if they are to get the job done today, he'll be at the forefront of it once again. Point Chevalier now, only 15 short of the halfway line as they cut the ball forward. This is via Michael Key, the former junior warrior. Tavita Latu. Hands off and goes to Levaha Pulu. Speaking of experience, fresh back from time in Australia with the Warriors, and the Pirates will get to their kick now. Pifairangi dribbles it in behind. It's an awkward one, but scooped up. And now the Pirates get back into their defensive pattern. Troy, a nice start to the game here, and already it's got that certain feel about it, a real quality to it.
Yeah, quality's the word. Both sides executing their sets really, really well. As we see Otahuhu now grinding it out from inside the, help me now, 30, 40.
One of them, that'll do. Patillo to Stowers. Stowers looks up and says, I'll take the line on. Runs into the shoulder of Philip Makatoa on the 40. Patillo. They get to their kick, which is from the inside, and it's a bouncing one. Taken there by Bo Courts. He brings the football back. Good run back from Bo Courts as well. And the Pirates on a bit of a charge now. Cody Pori Pukitapu. Francis Ledger. What a guy to welcome back in the team as an injury replacement for Harley Maynard. Makatoa. Latu goes to Pulu. Pulu turns back to the inside and finds Sipley. Patrick Sipley straight through the middle of the park. Taken down now. This is the last play. Real chance here for the Pirates as they head down the left-hand side. Pops an offload. Michael Key looking for an offload, but taken to ground. Boy, oh boy, that was a near thing there for the Leopards, and the Pirates playing at a nice high pace there. Patrick Sipley, what a carry that was through the middle of the park.
Both barrels, boom, boom, and great support play, and they just kept hitting it. So Otahuhu now on the grind once again inside the 10 and trying to clear their line.
This is Tavita Mikaeli. Patillo. Come back in field. Latu makes the first contact, falls off. Levaha Pulu in to slow things down. Missing the headgear, which had become customary for him at NRL level at least. Patillo heads down the short side. Mikaeli joins in the line. Pifairangi in to take him down. They're 5 short of halfway now. As we await the kick, Stowers moves to his right and will be the man charged with the kick. Goes across the body and up over. It's a good kick from Willie Stowers. It's a great kick. In fact, it's a little bit too much on it. Thought that had just landed inside the field of play there. But out over the touchline. Of course, so many variables when you're kicking like this. Very little between a very good kick and little leg up for the opposition there, which they get in the way of a 20-metre restart. So Callum Moore now will bring the ball forward. Brave man running it at Todor Purcell. 5 short of the line, the Pirates. Point Chevalier, one of the real heavyweights of this competition in the modern age. Pulu goes through, beats the first one, still fending Pulu, looking for an offload, not going to get one this time. Ledger rushes to dummy half. 5.5 gone, it is the Pirates hunting first points. Opori Pukitapu to Pifairangi. Space out on the edge now, but it's good scramble from the Leopards.
Great D.
Offside is the call, but the Leopards won't mind giving away a penalty there. Chance now just to reset that line. Pifairangi taps and goes, burrows low, there it is.
Wait for it.
We're going to need to check it. Nah, this won't be a try here. It was inside the 10. You can't do a quick tap, so it did look a little bit too good to be true. Good work from the match officials there, holding court and coming to the correct decision. So back out to the 10 to try that one again.
Okay, time back on. All right, Tavita. Let's go. Yep, go.
So Latu will tap and go to Michael Key.
Good in, off him now on the line. Wait, go.
Latu. Good carry to the line, little second effort, waiting for confirmation. I think it's okay. Yes, it is. Cody or Puri Pukitapu will open the scoring, went to ground, and then had the presence of mind to reach out, and the Pirates are on the board. 6.5 gone here at Bert Henham Park.
SAS action replay here, and really just a wee bit of building pressure. Back-to-back sets. Quick play the ball. Here we go. So shifting it out, back door, left. Nice little step there, just sort of held up the defence line a little. Managed to get a fend off and really got the arm across on momentum. 4 points, Pirates are up. And we wait for the kick to come. And a big thank you to our major sponsor of the Fox Memorial, SAS Sporting Apparel.
Testing 1, 2, 1, 2. I can hear now.
There's a wee bit of quiet around the park. Oh, ricochet.
Off the uprights and away, so it is Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates 4, Roof Care Otahuhu Leopards 0, 8 and a bit gone here, and a classy start to the game from the Point Chevalier Pirates. Back-to-back sets down that end, and they make it count, so the Leopards keen to get things back underway.
Stay on side.
So high one, down and fielded by Pifairangi. Charging back now is Sipley, running into a cluster of Otahuhu defenders, but breaks free and goes again, Pat Sipley. Very damaging in his couple of carries so far. Here's Michael Key, his partner in crime in the front row. Driving those legs and stays on his feet. Told to go back and play it.
Hold here, hold.
They're getting nice quick play of the Bulls. So far, Point Chev.
Off the ball, 12.
Inside opposition territory now.
Move together.
Makatoa. Latu. Nice inside ball. Bo Courts puts on the goose step. Oh, peach of a flick pass to Ledger. Beautiful rugby league. Bo Courts, take your hat off. Francis Ledger is the man to score it, but that was nice to watch, Troy Hardy.
Harmony and motion on that one as we wait for the SAS Sporting Action replay to come up on the screen. And I was about to say they just seemed to choose so many metres up to get into the half, and by this point it was really all on. They had great rhythm to it, good support play, nice little flick back on the inside there, and Francis Ledger, clear passage all the way through to the SAS uprights, 4 points.
That will feature on every single highlight reel we produced this year. That was incredible. You love to see it. It's just those natural instincts, isn't it? You're playing footy in the backyard when you do stuff like that. Clearly a good run from Ledger as well, who I'm assuming called for the ball, but Bo Courts, boy, that was a nice piece of individual skill. So the Pirates double their lead. Kick to come, which is right from in front from Puri Pukitapu. He should convert this, and after 10 and a bit, we'll have the Pirates up 10 points to 0. The Leopards probably a little shell-shocked right now, to be fair.
Yeah, well, 10 minutes in, and, you know, one try Was within the first 4 to 5, 6 minutes. That one, however, was a class act. Flags are up on that. 2 points. A little bit messy on the conversion kick there.
So 11 gone. Ortex, Point Chevalier Pirates 10, Roof Care, Otahuhu Leopards 0. You're joining us for round 7 of the CTAS Fox Memorial Premiership, the Auckland First Division, the best domestic competition in New Zealand. Great this year to have a number of our best talents back from Australia as well. If there is one silver lining from COVID-19, it's that we're getting these boys back. We've actually got the best players in Auckland playing in front of us right here, which is really cool to see, even having a guy like Leopards back.
Well, 2 other teams across town at Fells Park beg to differ on 6-all.
There we go. Northcote and Mount Albert locked up at 6 points apiece. We'll keep tabs on that game as Michael Key
Big run.
charges back into the line. Latu jumps to dummy half and then goes to Sipley. It's almost unfair having to tackle Michael Key and then Patrick Sipley on the next play.
Well, if anybody's up to the task, those boys in the screen there in blue.
Latu runs that one back towards Wes Talti. Connor Toto or Purcell getting through plenty of defensive work early on, along with Leonard Patelo. Levaha straightens at the line. Already got one line break to his name. Latu to Pifairangi, who did well to reel that one in, then hands off to Terrell Sulla, and we've got a little knock on in there. We've got our first error of the game, so that scrum will pack down 30 metres off Otahu's line.
And just as well they did. It felt like it was starting to mount there for another attack. Pirates maybe just getting into the stride of things.
Big shout out to the crew watching down at Austin's Bar and Bistro in Te Araha.
Nice to have all 3 of you with us.
That's right. Loyal fans down there in the Waikato. Leopards on the football.
Okay, move now. Here, hold. Hold, go, 1.
Of course, people watching over in Australia got a pretty loyal following on these games as well.
Release Levaha, hold.
Expats living over in Singapore as well. We get viewers popping up from all over the world, so a big shout out to you wherever you're watching. I know there's a few brave souls who get up very early in the morning to watch in London as well. Charging forward now via Polo.
11 up now. Here. Hold.
Just short of the halfway line. Patillo to Toto or Purcell. Toto or Purcell, good strong carry straight back at Makatoa. Leopards will get to their kick. A little dink over the top and finds grass. That's a clever kick. Bo Courts, well, he won't have a decision to make. Had just a little bit too much on it. Courts will come back out to the 20 to get things back underway.
Move now. Hold. Go 0.
Pifairangi directing Tomavavi back towards the middle of the ruck. Look at this already. They've already chewed off 20 metres and a couple of tackles. Sam Fa'apito.
Up together. Go 2.
Pifairangi, look at the speed of the ruck right now from the Pirates. Really burning through the middle. That's a bit better from the Leopards there. Toto Purcell doing well to slow things down on that occasion. Makatoa.
Move now. Here. Hold. Go for 12. 12.
They'll get to their kick. It goes across the body, out towards the left. Up they go.
Great catch.
Mikaeli with a nice take. Brings it down, and the Leopards safe.
Wait. Go 1. Don't walk off the mark.
Smalley. Good carry from Alfred. Wrestled to ground. Latu down low and Fa'apito up top.
Lock them. Go 2. Stand now.
Seeing plenty of traffic at Te Vita Latu early.
Here, boys. Here. Go 3.
Samisi CK, who we saw make his first grade debut earlier this year, gets an offload away, now breaking through the middle. Goes Lorenzo Changquan, stands up, Courts, one more to beat. Bo Courts does beautifully to slow it down. Is that a professional foul? Let's wait and see.
You came in late. Tackle's complete.
Came in late is the call. Louis Stowers just telling his troops, let's calm things down and reset. Boy, they did well to recover there, the Pirates.
Over here.
So they'll tap and go here at Otahuhu. Stowers organising the troops. Charged with the first carry. Vaifesi gets the offload away. Mikaeli, face ball, and goes CK. The Leopards hit back. A nice left side shift. And all of a sudden, game on. After soaking up a whole lot of defensive pressure at the other end, the Leopards score 10 points to 4, kick to come.
Fabulous to see the Otahuhu Leopards turn this one into a try from a fabulous break down the park. They managed to get the quick tap on. Nice little shift to the left-hand side. And just got outside his wingman there, dive through 4 points. Leopards are on the board.
Just been informed there's a couple of greyhounds. I'm assuming Glenfield greyhounds, not actual dogs, watching the live stream as well. So shout out to the Glenfield crew.
Yeah,
Great to see Sunnynook Park officially opened last week with an awesome club day as well.
Yeah, that ground looks fabulous too. Like, be a really grouse place to be able to play some rugby league. A couple of others I've got is, you mentioned Australia, Corey, and there's a couple of die-hard Pirates out there. Barry Glennon, Lance Courtney and all those boys tune in. So big shout out to the fellas over there with their eye patches on.
So Stowers to attempt the conversion from half a metre inside the touchline. Deathly silence goes across Bert Henham Park. Strikes it okay there, Willie Stowers. Oh, it's hit the
And
crossbar.
Corey Ross is to blame for that, Willie. So you can have that chat with him.
What a hit that was.
I think you just about wrote down the 2 points and it bounced off the crossbar.
Geez, you're nitpicking today, Troy Hardy.
Sorry about that.
Hey.
And a big thank you to the ball boys and all the volunteers down here today.
So the Pirates making their way back to halfway. 6 points the gap now, 18 gone here at Bert Henham Park.
So the ball's finally back, getting teed up now as we get ready to restart. You can hear the call from the Pirates team. They want to get into the wrestle. That's what they're wanting to win.
So fielded by Chung Kwan.
Great run.
Richard Halani. What a way to introduce yourself to the contest. Nice quick play of the ball as well. Flat at the line.
Good, yeah.
Hold here, hold.
Perhaps lucky to get away with that one, the Leopards.
Hey, get off them. Here. Wait here, wait. Go 3.
10 short of halfway now. Charging forward. Kuya.
Move together. Here. Here. Hold. Go.
Patillo
Time your run.
to Willie Stowers. Stowers shuffles the ball out wide and links with Emiliano Michaeli. They go inside attacking territory now. Here's Jacob Paulo. Good carry from Jake back through the middle of the park. That's the last play. There was maybe a breakdown of communication there. And yeah, there's a whole lot of what's going on being signalled there. Not the end of the world though. They still get out to the 30. And now let's see what they've got on the defensive side. Bo Courts comes into dummy half looking for a bit of work. He's had some really classy touches early on. Callum Moore. It's hit down on the 40. Of course, a grand final winner, or runner-up, I should say, with Mount Albert last year. Comes across town to Point Chevalier this season.
Yeah, it looked like he took a bit of pain on that. Defender, unless it's a leg injury.
It's Sam Fa'apito who's down, so we wait to see what's happened there, and it is something to do with the lower leg, so we'll keep an eye on that one. We might see if we can catch up on some of the other scores from around the grounds right now in the Fox as well, and we'll try and bring you regular updates as we go along. So I can tell you it's still 6-all in the Mount Albert versus Northcote game according to the live score we've got, and Papakura are up 4-0 over Richmond. Mangere East leading Marist 8 points to 6 right now. So those are the other scores from around the grounds.
As we wait for the restart and play there, I'm obviously getting messages from the management team at Austin's in regards to being a little bit cheeky. Well, I can only make up for that. So all of the people that are in the bar at the moment, you go and see young Lorraine, and I'm more than confident she'll be able to shout jugs all around for everybody down there watching the live stream today. Maybe Bruce can knock out the back there and whip up a couple of platters as well. Troy could bring the trailer home and knock out some fries, and we'll get the whole family involved.
There you go. You've just explained my family tree to everyone who, of course, I'm sure is highly entertained at home as we await the resumption of play. Of course, if you are looking to catch some more live rugby league, we are back in action on the CTAS College Rugby League in the next couple of weeks. We've got Kelston versus St. Paul's up first on the live stream, and I don't know about you, Troy, but that's always a highlight of my year. Those are always good games between
Absolutely.
those two.
Fast, quick, strong rugby league, and all of that action will come to you via the Auckland Rugby League website. So get all the information, aucklandleague.co.nz, and CTAS the live stream, and ourselves will be out there calling a number of college rugby league matches, again sponsored by SAS Sporting Apparel, as we head down towards the grand final for 2020.
Of course, we recently announced some representative action as well. South Island are going to bring up a 16s and 18s team to take on Auckland sides, which will be selected at the conclusion of the 3-week region of origin. So awesome to see that pathway right now, and a nice little reward awaiting the players in the appropriate grades in the region of origin. A chance to represent Auckland. They played South Island last year in an under-19s match. So really nice to be able to help grow the game down in the south as well. Shout out to Steve Martin and his crew doing some really good work down there. So we're finally back to a point where we're going to resume. Fa'apito thankfully has stayed on his feet, and we're back into it as Michael Key charges off the back fence back towards his opposite number, Paulo. Centre field now, goes out the back. Last play coming up now. Tavita to Pifairangi, who just dinks a little kick over the top. Mika Elia takes a kind bounce. He brings the ball back. Fa'apito, I think, was trying to strip it there initially. Robert Melesia now coming in for some work. Spent last year with Ellerslie. Moves across. Short drive to Otahuhu. Yeah, mainly as a centre during his time with Ellerslie and Richmond, but occupying a spot on the wing so far this year as Richard Halani has another carry, and it's another very good carry as well.
Certainly attracts a number of defenders.
Leonard Patillo jumps out, steals a few before getting ragdolled to the ground by Pat Sipley. Chung Kwan has put that one down, and advantage point Chevalier. A costly error coming out of yardage here for the Leopards. And a whole lot of pressure about to come on the hosts. We'll have a handover ball here. See a few of the Point Chev boys blowing pretty hardly. Vahapulu there, getting some attention from the trainer. Sione Talisa. Fresh legs onto the park for both teams now. Change at hooker for Point Chevalier as well, with young Dylan Tavita on. Tavita Latu exiting. Tavita. Pifairangi holds the ball up. Bo Courts with the swivel of the hips. Just about got through that time. Holding on for dear life was Vaiafisi. Pifairangi fakes the short. Instead goes to Vahapulu. Pulu gets rocked. Good contact there from the Leopards. Right up against their line now. 22 and a half gone. It's Point Chev who lead 10 points to 4.
Nice
Tavita sells them on the dummy. A good goal on defence from the Leopards. Holding strong for now. Pulu. There was a touch in there. That'll be a penalty.
We're under a wee bit of pressure there.
And that, a very regrettable penalty, really, when you've just survived 5 tackles against your own line and give one up like that. I think if he had his time again there, Koya, probably take that one back. So 6 more coming up now. Talisa winds up. A little bit of footwork at the line. He's over the line, but then gets driven back. This is good from the Leopards on their line. Tavita, short to Pulu. Pulu fighting his way over, but he is just short of the line. Huge tackle from Halani, I think it was. Piwhairangi goes backdoor. It's half to half. A little step here from Puki Tapu. They've lost yardage on that one. 9 out from the line now, the Pirates. Hunting their third try of the game. Tavita holds up, simply goes low. Tavita bringing his forwards onto the football. They're into the SAS upright here. This is
Just
brutal
whacking
rugby
it
league.
into the middle.
Crashing the ball into the line. Piwhairangi will try a different tact and he will get there. Api Piwhairangi. After 4 lots of crash and bash, he says, I'll put a bit of footwork on, and over he goes. The halfback scores, extends the lead, 14 points to 4, kick to come.
So wave after wave of attack here in the SAS Sporting replay. And we're just seeing the back end of it now. Quick play the ball here. Nice pass out to the right-hand edge. Stepped again. Just basically weaved himself in amongst 4 players there. 4 points, and it would be fair to say after the defensive effort, there's probably a little bit of fatigue there. However, Pirates are starting to set sail.
Discipline is just going to be so important down there. It's hard enough to defend a team like Point Chevalier, but when it's repeat sets, it's a different story altogether. Just off screen, Robert Malicia has left the field, and that would not be a planned change, I wouldn't think. A winger leaving the field, so further drama perhaps for Otahuhu. Try and see what the situation is there and what the reshuffle will be. You've got William Whakataumafi on the bench, so a ready-made back replacement at least. Puki Tapu steps in. Flags go up, and it is the Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates who lead 16 points to 4 over the Roof Care Otahuhu Leopards. 25 minutes gone, and it's the Pirates in charge so far.
Just had another quick update from our friends over at Fells Park. 12-6 to Northcote. And that's probably hurting that texter immensely.
So Leopards get us back underway. A bouncing ball claimed by Bo Courts, and then Sione Talisa runs it back. Emiliano Mikaeli leading the charge for the Leopards. I'm looking now, it looks like Tavita Mikaeli has made his way out to the right wing, which is where Malicia was. And try and catch who's filling in at fullback now. And I think it'll be William Whakataumafi. So dramas in terms of changes for the Otahuhu Leopards. As Sipley.
He's proving a handful, isn't he, Corey?
Pulu. Levaha gets the offload away. Now they're going to try a quick shift here. Francis Ledger looming out there in the centres. Looking to stand up. Smalley with footwork. Smalley says, you're going nowhere. Takes him down. Last play coming up now. Fa'apito will clear the ruck. Kicking back across the body now. Here's a chance for Bo Courts. Offside is the call. So the Leopards get it off the hook that time. They'll kick for touch via Lorenzo Changquan. Rahidi. Otakolo onto the field as well. See how that changes the pace of this game for Otahuhu. He has been a bit of a game changer for them in recent weeks as Rahidi looks to shake free of Tavita. Does so, but not before help arrives for Point Chevalier. Otakolo jumps out and will kick from dummy half. Fa'apito back to collect. Looks up and sees a wall of blue jerseys. Brings it back with some gusto though, Sam. Toimavavi inside the 10. The call came out from referee Rasmussen.
Just a little passage of play. The penalty there as the Pirates kick for touch and they start chewing off a few more metres into the Leopards' territory. Pirates starting to form up. Here they come again.
Salah. Get the feeling the Leopards know they need to make a play here defensively. The contact has stepped up a little in intensity on this set, and well, they're not going to need to do too much more because there's a forward pass in there. So the Leopards, while guilty of some poor discipline, giving away penalties, that's the second time the Pirates have wasted an opportunity down this end of the park, and they let the Leopards off scot-free, really. Not able to build any real pressure or challenge the line. So we'll pack down another scrum. Otahuhu feed. There's 29 and a bit gone, and it is Point Chevalier who leads 16 points to 4.
As we wait for the boys to pack in here, all of the action replays are put up on our ARL TV YouTube channel, so make sure you get to that and through the website aucklandleague.co.nz. Otahuhu now on the settle, looking for big runners to hit the line. Pirates containing them down here at this stage. Just one off the ruck, big contact there.
So Otakolo looks out to his left, goes to Stowers. 5 short of the halfway. Right now the Leopards, this is play 4. And back slammed. Not lifted above the horizontal though, so that's okay. Last play coming up. Looking a little disorganised right now. There's going to be pressure on the kicker. Nicely done there by Chung Kwan to escape the initial charge. And now Sam Fa'apito will bring the football back. It's good line speed though from the Leopards. Good kick chase, I should say. Otakolo leading the charge. Oli Toimavavi, the back's getting involved now for the Pirates. Pulu turns back to the inside. Through the middle of the park go the Pirates, but holding on for dear life down low was Wes Tauti. Pifairangi throws it out over the top. I think that's simply taken the ground. Nice quick play of the ball. In fact, it's Salah to Talisa. Pifairangi will kick in behind. There's Pirates on the scene. Callipmore, beautiful. Darren Callipmore gets the ball. Sort of netball style pass back to the inside where he links with his 5'8 Cody Apori Pukitapu. He grabs his second try of the game, and the Pirates extend their lead on 31 minutes.
So let's have a closer look at this one with the SAS Sporting replay. They're going down the short side, the Pirates. The kick, I didn't think there was a hell of a lot in the kick, but it sort of bobbled up and just ended up in the right set of hands. And as Corey said, nice little netball pass back onto the inside player and created the options because support was there. And from support, big smile, 4 points, Pirates back in it. So as we wait for the kick to tee up. Big crowd around the park here today as well. And just out in front of us here, Corey, is young Connor Purcell, looking like he's here to do the business.
Yeah, some fair prop talent standing in front of us waiting to re-enter the field. We've got Pat Sipley on one side and Connor Todor Purcell on the other, so...
I wonder if they're saying hello to one another.
Yeah, well, they'll be saying something. I doubt it's hello. Opori Pukitapu to attempt the conversion of his second try. 32 and a half gone, and right now it is all Point Chevalier, and the Leopards, they need to arrest this quickly or things could get ugly. Half-time probably can't come soon enough for the Leopards. It's a little bit shell-shocked with the speed of the game right now from Point Chevalier. Don't get me wrong, they've had their moments. Otahuhu kick is good. Another 2 points. It's Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates 22, Roof Care Otahuhu Leopards 4. 33 gone here at Bert Henham Park in round 7 of the CTAS Fox Memorial Premiership. Trust you're enjoying the coverage. Of course, all the replays available up online. This one will be up tomorrow morning, and we're getting some news from across town as well. It was 12-6 to Northcote. It's now 12-10, so Mount Albert mounted on a late charge before half-time. Remember, that game is first versus second, so it is the biggest round of the year so far. All of the top 4 facing off. Rip Rooster on the line over there at Felds Park as well. Vaikoso. Polu.
Nice little back door. Managed to stay on his feet.
He looks good when he ball plays, doesn't he, Levaha Polu? Again, speaking of the man, there he goes. Finds Ledger. Ledger to Fa'apito. Good tackle, though, by Mikaeli. A try saver around the legs. Needs to get out of the ruck, or that'll be a professional foul. Ledger jumps out. That slap down. It'll be 6 again, but probably saved a try then, Alfred Smalley. Real pressure on again. The green machine ticking over, looking for another try. Talisa. Charging back to the middle, calls of one marker from Otahuhu as they look to reset their line. Tavita, Pifairangi, Bo Courts, face ball across the top. Oli Tomavavi bundled into touch.
No, the Pirate didn't like it.
Semesi CK it was, the youngster on the wing, coming up with a huge play, bundles them into touch. And the Leopards survive that one. Good sliding defence.
So the boys are packing in.
Smalley.
Great runs, good carry, strong.
16, no more! Here, 12! 12!
Otakolo, they're all off as the call from the ref. What are we going to get here? Knock on, I think they found.
Scrum.
So it will go the way of the Pirates. You could hear calls of all off. I'm not sure if that was all offside or... Anyway, the ball is spilled and the Pirates with another chance. And still plenty of time left in the half to score another. They're going to set heavy to the right here.
Leopards want to keep them out here before the half-time break.
They'll go down the left. Ledger. Taken down low by Chung Kwan. Courts. Talisa steps off the right. Driven into the ground then. Involved is William Whakataumafi. Tavita, looping ball back towards the middle of the park. Levaha Polu changes direction. He'll be taking the ground. The Leopards doing everything in their will right now to hold them out. Tackle count firmly against them right now. Bo Courts, looping ball over the top. Sam Fa'apito won't stop him from there. Bo Courts with another lovely piece of passing. Goes up over the top and finds Sam Fa'apito, the top try scorer in the Fox last year, and he's on the board today.
SAS Sporting action replay, and as we come into the back piece of this, just shifting it out along the line, but this pass here really summed it up. I mean, that's a cutout pass in the whole back line. Found the person that it needed and just had to create a little bit of work here to get across for the 4 points and smash the Bastiden down. He's happy with that one. And now we get ready for the kick to come. And the score keeps ticking over as we head towards the halftime break.
Yeah, and of course, Troy and I will never forget Sam Fa'apito's debut against Mangere East. I think it was 4 or 5 tries that day. He was just unstoppable. Him and Api Pifairangi were just lethal, and today it's Bo Courts who sets up the first one for him. It's a good finish in the end as well to evade the last-ditch attempt at the tackle from Tavita Mikaeli, and we get an update from over at Felds Park, and Mount Albert have taken the lead 14 points to 12 at half-time. So just to repeat that one, it is Mount Albert 14 to 12 over Northcote at half-time in the big Rooster clash.
We're going to try something a little different today, Corey. Shane Price, the ARL chairman's on site over there at the Rooster game at Fells Park, and hopefully he'll be giving us a little bit of an insight as to what's going down in Liontown.
Come for the live rugby league, stay for Troy's terrible rhymes. As we await the conversion. And it's a beauty from out wide, nails it. And it is the Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates 28, Roof Care Otahuhu Leopards 4. We'll have about a minute to play in the half by our count by the time we get back underway, but it is now firmly the visitors in control in the shadows of halftime.
All right, time you're on. Stand now! Here. Wait. Go, one.
A lot of energy in the Pirates team at the moment, gearing up.
Here. Hold here. Hold. Go, two.
Tavita to Pulu. Pulu shifts on to Philip Makatoa. Again, it's Levaha Pulu. What a half he's had. Pops the ball out the back. Bo Court's on hand to scoop it up. Watch the footwork. Falls into a awkward-looking tackle. There was no malice in that one. Courts to Tavita. Talisa plays at the line. They're inside opposition territory now. And one last chance here. What do the Pirates have up their sleeve? Seconds left in the game by our count, and they'll just dribble the kick out over the sideline, and that should get us to half-time here. I don't think either team will be in a hurry to pack the scrum. So siren goes in the background. It's the Ortex Point Chevalier Pirates who lead 28-4 over the Roof Care Otahuhu Leopards at halftime. We're going to hear from ARL Chairman Shane Price and also see some highlights from last week's live streamed match during the 10-minute break for halftime. Back shortly.
I see you when you go to cook, you lift it up forward. I still hear that. I always.
Eklund. Preston Vicky running straight and hard. There's your first points, just like that. Missy Four just shook out of that one. Halalilo numbers on the edge again. Wants an offload. He's got space there. Lamone cut out pass and Mangani Easterin. Fraser to McLennan. McLennan goes out the back. A tip on there from Eklund. Rory Ropati. They're over again. They're over again. Dowie now will centralise and they're going to put on a left side shift. Lamoni, what a lovely ball from Inga Lamoni. Oh, Elo is going to score it. But a peach of a ball from Inga Lamoni. Eklund got Moses Ongi on his shoulder. Looping ball over the top. Oh, nicely done, Mount Albert. Corey Sito, it is who finishes it. So they've changed their mind and will take the 2 after teasing us with the quick tap. Flags up. Tied ball game. Burger King Manganese Hawks 14. Russell Gordon. Mount Albert Lions 14. It's Falilua Malio. Goes to his chief playmaker. This is Eklund. Eklund goes back door to McLennan. McLennan then short. And spinning out of contact is Vangana. Vangana still going. Pops a beautiful offload. Lilinga to Rory Ropati who gets his second. Oh, that was nice to watch. Eklund digs into the line. Lovely. Oh, beautiful. Dug into the line and then found Victor R4, one of the largest men on the field, looming on his shoulder. There was no stopping him from there. Mount Albert are in again.
It's around the 85 test matches. Certainly a fantastic read. And from what I'm told, the first issue has been sold out.
And in the meantime, in the background, we've got a Mount Albert try. So the Lions hit back again, and this time through the middle of the park. Falilua Malio jumps out, accelerates through. They're not far out now, the Mount Albert Lions looking to add to this lead. Already 32 points to 14. Victor Afoa short at the line, and a second one here. Mount Albert in again to Ackland. Ackland. Preston Ricky has taken down the 5 out from the line. Well, they got up their sleeve here. Afoa from short range. Victor Afoa at the double. McLennan to Natane V. They got numbers here, Mount Albert. Basketball pass at the death there. Was that knocked on? If not, this is a try to Corey Sito. We wait for confirmation. Referee Tamador points to the spot.
Oh,
shaking out. There we go. Lau Hingoa. It's short though. Thought for sure he'd made it there. Great last gasp defence from Mount Albert. And not this time. So James Dowie will dart over and get one back. Really good defensive display for the most part.
Break. He's got enough.
Quick play of the ball. Tuha jumps out. Short ball. Tongia will crash over.
Great try.
Wow. All right, now joined by Aidan Ackland, captain of the Mount Albert Lions. Well, Aidan, that must have been some kind of halftime speech from the old man. What was said?
Yeah, no, it was just, to be honest, they played really well in the first half, so it was just more about getting to the end of our sets and just completing, make sure we weren't giving away any penalties. That's one thing we did in the first half, and I thought we did a really good job in the second half of just staying a little bit more disciplined and just, you know, getting to the end of it.
Joined by Morgan, the honorary captain of the Mangere East Hawks today. Well, Morgan, first of all, 50 games for the club today at Fox level, mate. Congratulations, you must be really proud.
Anything just to have some fun. Come out Saturday, if I get picked for the top side, I'd be lucky enough to pick 50 times, so yeah, it's all fun. Yeah.
There you go, very modest as well. Look, Morgan, a great first half, mate, but just fell away in the second half. Where did it go wrong in the second spell?
I think just Mount Albert was just too fast, too strong. They came out and they worked on what they needed to work on from the first half, and we just didn't adapt fast enough, and yeah, they just broke us down in the middle there.